Hello, little children. Here's your Bubby. I have a good story to tell you today. But before I do, I want you to subscribe. Hit subscribe up on top and follow me, would you? Okay, the story is this. There are secrets that God has for your life that He doesn't reveal to you. And sometimes those secrets take years to manifest. Don't get ahead of Him. Don't try to jump ahead. But if you look back, you can see that from the very beginning, the plan He had for you is the same plan. The only thing is that you just change your inventory. For instance, I'm going to tell you a couple little stories about myself and how this happened. When I was younger and I got a divorce and I was a divorcee, I was out in the world and I was wild. And I used to have this little group of divorced women that we went out boogieing around, and we used to call ourselves the Rat Pack. And I was the madam. I was head of these girls, okay? I was, So when God moved me into His kingdom, I got saved. I made Jesus the Lord of my life. I didn't really change what I did. I only changed how I did it and what I said when I was doing it. I still had a women's ministry, only now it was at church, and it was called Women of Noble Character, and I was the leader of that. So God kept me in the exact same place, only I changed my inventory. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about my daughter that was even more profound. She was a singer, and she was singing in the world. And she was singing at this place called Bronco Billy's, right in the town where we live. And so she gets saved too, when I do. And now one day I'm at church, and Bronco Billy's has become a church now. And Stacy is up on that same stage singing for the Lord. I mean, look at how God did. He keeps you. He has a plan for your life, and it's a good plan. And as you go along, the plan doesn't change what He has you to do. Like if you're a singer, you're still going to be a singer. If you're a speaker, you're still going to be a speaker. If you lead a women's ministry, you'll probably still lead a women's ministry. But it'll be in a different way. You'll be doing it for Him. Now, this isn't just in the Christian walk. This is in life, period. So be cautious as you go along, knowing that God has a plan. Now, I have to tell you this one story. You know how I'm a writer, and I have 3 books out, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, Hidden Treasures in Dark Places, and Hidden Treasures in Plain Sight. People say to me, well, how did you start writing? How did you become an author? I didn't know I was going to become an author. I had no idea I was going to become an author. But now, looking back, I have to tell you, God knew 60-some years ago when I was in high school. He knew, actually almost 70 years ago. I had this class, and it was called Cream of the Crop English. And this teacher, every Friday, used to come in and write one line on the board. And we had to write an essay on that line. And the line would be bizarre. Like one of the lines was, but I did follow him all of the years. And we have to write an essay on that. But I did follow him all the years. Another time it said, Fortunato, go over to that rock. Fortunato, go over to that rock. And we have to write an essay on that. So I excelled in that class. I loved that class. I loved doing that. And Mr. Sanford would often have me, Velma, read your essay to the class. So obviously, back then, almost 70 years ago, Mr. Sanford saw something in my writing. So now, go down the line several years, and I found myself constantly writing, little poems to people, little sweet things. I loved to write. I always did love to write. And then one year, about 20 years ago, my pastor's secretary called and said, Pastor wants to know if you want to preach on Sunday night. And I said, I'm not a preacher. She said, well, obviously, Pastor thinks you are. So I said, okay, I'll do it. Well, what do you think I preached on? I preached on Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. I wish I had a copy of that so I would know what I said, because of all the things to pick out 20 years ago, I picked that topic as Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. Now, years go by, And I decide that I'm going to put my compilation of blogs into a book and make a book. And what do you think God gave me to name that? Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. Look at the preparation that God planted a seed in my heart back in high school. When I was a freshman in high school, those classes started with Mr. Sanford. I had him all 4 years. I went to that class all 4 years and learned how to write essays on one line. And as years went by, that is how I wrote my blog every day. I got one line and I got a blog. People say, how do you know what to write every day? I say, because I listen and I get one line and I run with it. Mr. Sanford taught me that. Back as a freshman, I started doing that. Today, I'm 83 years old, and you know what? God still got me doing the same thing. And that, my friends, is how I became an author. God knew way back when I was going to be an author. I just didn't know it. He has a plan for you too, and it's a good plan, a plan to prosper you. And you already know what your plan is. You're operating in it, but you just haven't reached the fullness of it. There's a fullness of time when God brings the whole thing around full circle. Stay encouraged and watch for your message from God, because it's there and it's coming. Be encouraged. Your Bubby's old and she knows stuff like this. Listen to her and subscribe, will you? I thank you guys. I love you little ticker talkers. All right, you guys, until next time, this is your Bubby. She's saying, here's looking at you, kiddo. Bye.